Modern society isn't just weakening men, it's neutering them, stripping their fire, draining their will, and turning them into hollow, obedient shapes. This isn't a mistake, it's a design. And the scariest part, most men don't even notice it happening. You were born into a culture that calls masculinity toxic while glorifying weakness and emotional fragility. You're told that aggression is dangerous, ambition is selfish, discipline is abuse. But here's the truth they'll never say out loud. They fear real men because real men can't be controlled. You think you're free, but your leash is digital. Porn, social media, endless scrolling. They've turned your brain into a dopamine slave. Every hit rewires your mind. Every fake reward teaches you to sit still, stay soft, obey cravings. You were supposed to chase meaning. Now you chase pixels. You think you're a man, but you can't even go a week without touching yourself. Who do you become when pleasure owns you? They took your testosterone and told you it was progress. Processed food, seed oils, artificial chemicals in your water, they all do one thing: lower your hormones. Not by mistake, by design. Testosterone is what makes a man feel like a man. It gives you drive, strength, clarity, and it's been dropping by 1% every year for decades. But instead of fixing it, they give you antidepressants. Instead of changing the system, they label you emotionally unstable. You're not depressed because life is hard. You're depressed because your body is starving for something primal. The food is fake, the joy is fake, but your suffering, that's real. Low testosterone means low action. Low action means low resistance. And low resistance means easy control. They told you to be more like a woman. Be softer, be quieter. Be emotionally available, on their terms. But when you obeyed, they lost respect. Because even they don't trust a man who folds. Feminism was never about equality. It was about inversion. Not raising women up, but pulling men down. Now strength is called toxic, leadership is called abuse, and protection is called control. They say masculinity is outdated. But crime is rising, loneliness is rising. Weak men don't create peace, they invite chaos. You were never supposed to compete with women. You were supposed to complement them. Now both sides are broken, and nobody knows why. Look at your idols. Rappers covered in diamonds, but owned by labels. Influencers selling motivation, but addicted to attention. Actors playing strong men while crying behind closed doors. There's no power in their words, just noise. You're shown images of success that keep you docile. They give you fantasy, so you never create reality. And the system rewards obedience. Work your job, watch your porn, swallow your pills, smile for the camera, then die quietly. Because if you ever remembered what you really are, a builder, a protector, a dangerous man with discipline, their entire machine would collapse. They've redefined masculinity into something harmless. Now being a man means being safe, predictable, non-threatening, emotionally neutered. The warrior has been replaced by the worrier, the father replaced by the follower. And boys grow up with no image of strength to copy, only silence, confusion, and shame. Masculinity isn't violence. It's discipline. It's control over chaos, the ability to protect, lead, and say no to weakness. But they don't teach that. They teach compliance. They teach fear. They teach you that silence is virtue and obedience is peace. It's not peace. It's surrender. Every system around you is built to tame you. The education system teaches you to sit still and raise your hand. The workplace teaches you to smile while being broken. The media teaches you to apologize for your instincts. You are trained to feel guilt for being male. You are told your desires are wrong. Your assertiveness is dangerous. Your ambition is oppressive. And the result? A generation of men too scared to speak, too confused to lead, too addicted to cope, too numb to fight. They hand you fake dopamine, and in return, you hand them your spine. You think you're evolving, but what you're really doing is disappearing. And still, deep inside you, something resists. A voice you've buried under screens, silence, and softness. A part of you that remembers. It doesn't want comfort. It wants challenge. It doesn't want safety. It wants risk. It doesn't want peace. It wants meaning. That's the real you. The part that doesn't need permission. The part that doesn't apologize for being male. You don't need to become something new. You need to undo the damage. You need to unlearn their lies and reclaim what was taken. You were never meant to be tame. You were meant to be dangerous, but righteous, controlled, not controlled by. If you made it this far, you're not like the rest. Most men clicked off the moment they felt uncomfortable. You didn't. That means you still have something left inside you. Something unbroken. Something they couldn't erase. But don't mistake awareness for action. Knowing the truth changes nothing. Living it does. Unplug from their narrative. Reclaim your discipline. Fix your body. Fix your mind. And stop acting like your power is something to be ashamed of. You don't need permission to be a man. You need a reason. And here it is. Because the world doesn't need more obedient males. It needs strong men, capable men, men who remember. And if that's you, like the video so the algorithm doesn't bury this message the way they bury the truth. And subscribe, because this was just the beginning.